Welcome to the second capstone. In this module, we move from assessing AI readiness to designing the target state strategy. How the enterprise will govern, secure, monitor, assure compliance, integrate AI into operations, and scale adoption responsibly. You've already built the foundation across enterprise change, governance, risk, security, compliance, and trust. Now the focus shifts from assessment to action, using the Capstone 1 findings to define a target state AI transformation strategy. Here is the Capstone situation. The assessment is complete, and the enterprise now understands its gaps in governance, risk, security, compliance, data, operations, and skills. At the same time, AI adoption is already spreading through productivity tools, analytics, LLM applications, RAG, agents, and automation. The challenge is to move from scattered pilots to a governed, scalable model that protects the business while still enabling innovation, measurable value, and clear ownership. A strong AI transformation strategy is not just a policy document, it is a practical operating model. Start with risk. Higher impact use cases need stronger controls. Tie investments to business outcomes, not abstract compliance. Make controls workable by embedding them into existing delivery, security, procurement, and risk processes. And keep governance continuous. AI systems change, data changes, and regulations change, so the strategy needs monitoring, evidence, and regular adjustment. The first task is to turn AI governance into an operating model. Define the decision bodies, such as steering, risk, model review, data, and security forums. Map the lifecycle gates from idea intake through approval, build, deployment, monitoring, and retirement. Then link each gate to policies and accountable owners. Finally, specify escalation triggers, so high-risk use cases move to legal, compliance, audit, or executive review before they proceed. A governance RACI turns good intentions into clear ownership. For each activity, such as intake, risk classification, architecture review, monitoring, or incident response, assign one team to do the work and one person to be accountable for the outcome. Identify who must be consulted before decisions and who only needs to stay informed. The key is decision rights. If approval authority is unclear, AI governance slows down, or worse, controls are bypassed. The security blueprint should show where AI risks enter and where controls stop them. Start with core security layers: identity, data protection, APIs, infrastructure, and monitoring. Then add AI-specific defenses, including prompt filtering, retrieval controls, output validation, tool restrictions, sandboxing, and red team testing. Finally, connect these controls to enterprise platforms like IAM, DLP, SIM, API gateways, and cloud security. The goal is secure by design. Every AI workflow has clear trust boundaries, control points, and accountable owners. Monitoring AI means looking beyond whether an application is simply up or down. Track reliability, cost, latency, errors, and usage. Also, watch the risks unique to AI: prompt injection, unsafe outputs, sensitive data exposure, drift, bias, and weak grounding. These signals should connect to SOC workflows, governance dashboards, audit evidence, and improvement cycles. If a metric cannot trigger action, review, or accountability, it is probably not useful. The compliance matrix is where obligations become traceable. Start with requirements from AI laws, privacy rules, sector standards, cybersecurity expectations, and internal policies. For each requirement, connect the relevant AI risk, the control that manages it, the evidence that proves it, and the owner accountable for keeping it current. Include artifacts such as model cards, data lineage, approvals, tests, incidents, and vendor attestations. Built well, the matrix becomes a reusable asset, not a one-time checklist. Controls should match the risk tier, not follow a one-size-fits-all checklist. Preventive controls stop risky use before launch. Detective controls watch behavior in production. Corrective controls define what happens when something fails. Governance controls keep ownership, review, and assurance active over time. The key is proportionality. A low-risk chatbot may need basic monitoring. A high-impact AI system needs deeper validation, stronger logging, formal approval, and clear executive visibility. An AI operating model answers a practical question. Who decides what, and how does work move safely from idea to production? The strongest pattern is often federated. A central team sets standards, approves platforms, reviews risk, validates models, and monitors performance. Business units still own their use cases because they understand the workflow and value. Define the roles, intake process, review gates, reusable playbooks, and feedback loops so innovation can move quickly without creating unmanaged risk. Next, convert the strategy into a sequenced roadmap, not a wish list. Start by stabilizing. Inventory AI use, set policy baselines, assign governance roles, tier risk, and fix priority gaps. Then standardize lifecycle controls, architecture patterns, compliance mapping, dashboards, and testing. After that, scale adoption with automated workflows, SOC telemetry, vendor oversight, and reusable evidence. Finally, optimize through stronger KPIs, continuous compliance, agent governance, provenance, and future trust readiness. AI prioritization is a portfolio decision, not a technology popularity contest. Begin with business value, revenue, savings, productivity, customer experience, and better decisions. Then weigh risk, feasibility, and regulatory impact, including data sensitivity, autonomy, integration effort, and monitoring capacity. Low risk, high value ideas are candidates to scale early. High value ideas with higher risk become strategic bets, but they need enhanced governance, clearer controls, and stronger executive oversight before expansion. Think of the Capstone as one integrated transformation package. The governance blueprint answers who decides and under what rules. The security architecture answers how is the AI environment protected. The compliance matrix and control framework answer which obligations apply, what controls prove compliance, and where are the gaps. The roadmap and RACI answer who executes by when and how is progress governed. When these artifacts connect cleanly, executives see a credible path from strategy to controlled implementation. The big lesson is this: AI transformation turns readiness findings into owned capabilities, controls, KPIs, and a practical roadmap. Governance, security, compliance, monitoring, and operations work best as one integrated system. Next, we extend that system into future-ready trust, scalable, secure, resilient, and accountable by design.